Well, still looks like small town Bend to me. That's right. Bend, Oregon, downtown is a small town feeling. And there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of talk about Bend and Central Oregon. It's blown up over the last 10 or 15 years. And the rumor has it, it's turning into the next California. Do you believe that? I don't. But there's a lot of things to talk about in that conversation. You know, who says it? It's a lot of the locals that have lived here for a long time, kind of being critical that this town isn't the same as it used to be. Who else says it? The internet. Because of the growth, because of the activity, because of the reason that this town has got such a draw to tourism and growth, well, there's a lot of talk that Bend is growing and turning into something different than it used to be. Is that okay? Is that bad? I'll tell you, for me living here, I definitely enjoy it. I've lived in a lot of places, and one of the last places I lived was California. Before I was in California, I lived in Oregon, and I came back because Oregon is awesome. And Bend, it has a lot to offer. That's why everybody's coming here. So we're going to break it down, find out why everybody's saying that this is the next California, and help you understand what's true about it and what's false about it. There's a lot of myths. You know, is it the traffic? Is it the home prices? Is it the restaurants and the lines you got to wait in? Well, we're going to talk about all of it. And I even got a few gifts for you along the way. So stick around, come and enjoy, and let's go do that. Right now. All right, so let's start with some of the history behind this. Bend, Central Oregon, it's been a big topic and a big growth for a lot of years. But let's back it up a little bit. What was it like before when all this talk about growth was happening? It was a really cool small mountain town. Had 40, 50,000 people, a couple of restaurants, you know, a number of businesses that established themselves here. It's right down the road from Mount Bachelor that brings, quite a few people to town for the skiing, the snowboarding, the mountain biking, the things that you can do on the mountain. But it's not what it is. It's so much more than that. Central Oregon is an outdoor playground. So anybody that's looking for an active lifestyle, a way that you get to be out in nature. I mean, the summertime brings so many people to this town, camping, fishing, hiking, outdoor living. There's just so much of it. I mean, we're standing right here on the Deschutes River on the edge of town. We're right by Old Mill, and this is man-made, so you can surf. Yeah, all you Californians love this. You can come here, and you don't have to be on the ocean. But it's not just surfing, right? It's rafting, it's floating down the rivers. It's out here enjoying what this whole natural landscape offers. And then beyond that, we look up this way, you've got Old Mill. You see those big tall smokestacks. That's your shopping area with tons of great restaurants and great shopping. Right next to that, I don't know how well you can see it. I'm going to try and zoom in. But that is Hayden Homes Amphitheater. Do you know what live music in this valley sounds like along the river? I mean, it is a draw that people come here from a long ways away to come and see. So, why do people come here? It's not just Californians. It's everybody wants to come and explore what Bend and Central Oregon has to offer because it offers a lot. So, big changes over the last 5 years with the possibility of remote workers. This is one of the number one places for remote workers to live because it's not just where you live, it's how you live. It's getting out and enjoying it. And this is a community that people want to get out, play, enjoy the wilderness, be one with nature, and still have a really awesome community with a whole lot to offer. So as that growth happened, I believe that no matter where you go, if you compare it to 20, 30 years ago to now, there's change, right? Is it change for the good? Is it change for the worse? Well, I think Bend's had a lot of change. It's definitely growing up, but it's come with a lot of benefits. So there's a little bit of the history. There's a little bit about the things that I like. Let's keep it going and talk a little bit about what's the real difference. All right, let's go. All right, one of my favorite stops in town in the summertime, Hayden Homes Amphitheater. There's a quick view of the stage. It's just an awesome venue. Holds 5,000 to 8,000 people, depending on how they set it up. Saw a lot of great shows here this summer and really enjoy. One of the big draws to Bend in Central Oregon. Entertainment, music, festivals, activities that bring a crowd. I want to know, have you been to Bend? So in the comments below, shoot me a message. I live here now. I'm coming soon. Or I've never been and I need to find out about Central Oregon. Shoot me a comment. All right, where are we going next? All right, so let's hit a sensitive topic around here. Bend in Central Oregon when comparing to California or anywhere. Overcrowding, traffic, parking, I mean, I don't know where you're from. I don't know what you're used to, but isn't there kind of that feeling everywhere you go? Well, for those that have lived in Bend in Central Oregon a long time, it used to take maybe 10, 15 minutes to get from one side of town to the other. You could always find a parking spot. You never had to wait to get a table at a restaurant. And yeah, it was easy to get around. But it's grown up a little bit. We just got past Labor Day weekend as we head into the fall. And guess what? This time of year, it seems like everybody left town. A lot of that tourism draw of the summer starts to fade. We got a few months before that winter season really hits where there's not as much traffic. You can get across town a little easier. And there's more parking spots available when you get to town. You don't have to wait a week to get a reservation at your favorite restaurant. But let me ask you, wherever you live, isn't that true? If you don't plan ahead and you don't know what to expect, I mean, let's be honest. If you want to drive to work in California, you're probably sitting in traffic. Is it for 5 minutes or is it for an hour? I don't know. I don't have that problem here in Central Oregon. And when I do, it's like an extra 5, maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. It's not life changing. So for those that have lived here a long time and never had to deal with it, I get it. It sucks. But for the reality of how we compare it to Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, Sacramento, or any of the big cities in any town that you're talking about, let's just talk about big towns. I mean, Bend is 110,000 people now. That's a pretty significant amount, but it's not going to be able to grow that much more. You know, we're not going to be San Francisco where we just pack in the density. Yeah, they're trying to find ways to make it work, but as new developments are getting built, they're making more affordable homes. As big neighborhoods are being built with these $1 million homes on the west side, they're thinking about how do we keep the numbers affordable. And when it comes to space, there's a limit, and we're still going to have this wonderful nature outcrop of everything on the outer edges and expanding. Central Oregon is not just Bend. It's Redmond, it's Prineville, it's Madras, it's Lapine, it's Sisters. It's all around this. So what part of town is the right spot for you? How much traffic do you want? How much remote access do you want? How much do you want to be off the grid, away from it all? We got it all here. So let's keep this conversation of where do you park and where do you drive and how do you do it going? But Central Oregon, we're not overcrowded. We're just a little bit busier than we used to be. That's okay. Come and enjoy. I mean, I don't know where you work or I don't know where you live, but wouldn't you like to have an office view that looked like that? Cascade Mountain Range out in the distance. So, why am I here? Well, we're here in the middle of a little office park on the west side of Bend, and I want to talk about cost of living. You know, cost of living is a big part of Central Oregon's challenges. You know, with all of the growth, with all the real estate enhancements, with all the new population, cost of living and jobs has been part of the topic. Jobs exist here. Good paying jobs exist here. A lot of people have moved here with remote jobs, and that's great. That's a big part of why this cost of living has gone up. But whether it's the St. Charles Health System, which is probably the #1 job provider, or all these other companies, I mean, we're right next to Hydro Flask, we're all kinds of businesses that have popped up here that are significant and really doing a great job here. But one of the things that's come with this growth, a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of new businesses that have brought great new ideas and really helped infrastructure, roads, and people, and kind of all the things we need for this town to just keep getting better with its growth. So that's a big part of it. It doesn't, it's not all bad when you get people here. You get more people, you get more ideas, you get more creative thoughts, and you get more, you know, improvements that need to happen as things continue. So just wanted to highlight. Jobs are a thing. There's a lot of opportunities, and there's a lot of good that comes with it. So maybe you're the next entrepreneur that's going to make something happen around this town. I hope so. Let's keep it going. I just wanted to take a minute in the middle of this and say thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. It's an interesting topic to kind of talk about the growth and how it's changed and what's different and what's good and bad. But at the very least, we just want to take a moment and say thanks. I hope you're enjoying it. One extra bonus for you, first bonus to give you, I got a gift for all of you watching this that are like, hey, I'm thinking about it. You're starting to tempt me a little bit. We are real estate agents. It's me, Theron Heinlein, my partner, Joshua Grossman. We call ourselves the Lifestyle in Bend, and we're here to provide you some good information as you think about maybe Central Oregon's a spot for you. So one of our gifts for you, how about a home buyer's guide? It's just one of those little things that as you're watching this video and you'd like to learn a little bit more, totally free, and something that's going to give you all those tips as you're thinking about, am I going to buy a house in Central Oregon? What do I need to know? How do I find a realtor? How do I start a home search and get qualified for a loan if you need it? And, what is escrow and inspections and closing times? We're here to help with all of that. So, totally free gift. You'll get it down in the comments if you want to click in there or hit that QR code. But totally free gift. Thanks for watching. Where we go next? All right. We are stopping at a quick stop at Tethero. And what I'm doing here is trying to show off a little bit of that real estate that has taken a little bit of a style and embedded it into what this community looks like. So we'll call it Northwest Craftsman style. And it really tries to demonstrate a lot of that kind of flat roofs, angled styles, but stonework and a lot of natural wood, that craftsman, but Northwest contemporary. It's a popular thing. And I wouldn't say it started with Tethero, but it certainly trended with that Tethero real estate. And why are we talking about it? Because cost of living in Bend matters when we're talking about real estate. And I would say it's done nothing but go up for 10 years straight. And it's just gone up and gone up and gone up. And in some ways, people feel priced out of the market. It's a little bit harder to buy real estate in Bend because it's become a hotspot. It's become popular. It's become, a place where not only is a lot of growth happening, a lot of new developments, a lot of new custom built homes, but a lot of competition. We went through the pandemic where it almost seemed like real estate, no matter where you were, with interest rates the way they were, couldn't sell fast. It's just selling as fast as it could. And with that, competition drove pricing up. And there was demand in Bend. There was no doubt that people were trying to buy in Bend and watch that market go big. It was called a seller's market. Every seller was just excited to get it out there and watch how high it would go for them to sell their property and how quickly it would sell. Well, we're in a little bit different market now, and it's shifted. I wouldn't call it a buyer's market, but I wouldn't call it a seller's market anymore either. So median home prices in Bend, somewhere in that $700,000 to $800,000 range. Median means there's a lot of them that are priced higher and there's a number of them that are priced lower. So there's opportunity. And with what we're seeing right now, there's opportunity for you. You might not have thought that Bend was achievable a year ago, a couple of years ago. Let's look at it again. You need to call us up and let's talk about it. But it's not just Bend, right? We talked about Redmond. That is a great alternative that's just 20 minutes up the road and gives you a medium price point in that $500,000 to $600,000 range. So maybe that's a good idea to at least explore. But then it continues. I mean, new home being developed on La Pine, in Madras. These neighborhoods are growing up, and you can buy new homes for $300,000 in Central Oregon. So I just want to put some perspective in. Yes, it is expensive to move to Bend. It is not easy to buy homes. It does come with competition. And when it's the right house, it's going to have multiple offers and you're going to have to compete. That might not be for you. But if you give us a call, we got all kinds of opportunities right now where not only are we finding deals, we're getting credits, we're getting incentives, and we're finding ways to make this affordable so you can get what you want. So if you compare it to any of these California cities, any of these things that really talk about what the value of your dollar is compared to Central Oregon, it's not worth talking about. Let's keep it going, but it's time to call me. Hit us up. Let's talk about your Bend and Central Oregon real estate needs. It's worth it. Let's have that call. All right, there it is. A shot of Bend, Oregon from above up here at the top of Pilot Butte. The view of the Cascades in the background. Let's zoom out just a little bit to see what that valley looks like. It's just a gorgeous day. It's a beautiful place to be. And it's the hot spot in Central Oregon. But Central Oregon's grown up a lot. We've talked a lot about why it's being compared to California, what some of those benefits are, and what some of those downsides are. And I think the benefits outweigh the downsides. We know that there's growth. There's fear that it's overcrowding and it's overpopulated and it's overpriced. Well, some of those things have felt a little bit true, but really, when you compare it to what California is like, in most parts of California at least, big cities and big towns, as opposed to really anywhere you go, growth is inevitable. Good growth is hard to do, where you preserve that lifestyle, you preserve that culture and that community, and you really make that landscape something special. Because this is what I'm here for. I love being in the outdoors. I love my kids and my family being able to get out and enjoy it. And the community around us supports that. And that's why I love living in Central Oregon. So if that sounds like something for you, you know what it is. It's time we connect. We've given you the one gift of a free home buyer's guide. How about a couple more? On the next one, for all of you that have been watching this video and are still watching, how about a home relocation guide? Not everybody watching this video is already in Central Oregon, but you need to watch this relocation guide and figure out how to get to Central Oregon. So top jobs, how to pack up your stuff and move, what the hospitals are, attractions, restaurant, all the things that make this town what it is. Check out that relocation guide. It's going to give you some tips. And then a home seller's guide. The key to this is making sure that you make the move right for you. And you partner with the right people, you get the ability to maximize your timing, your dollars and cents, and find your way to get into this lifestyle in Central Oregon. Because it's worth it. It's finding a way to make it affordable, it's finding a way to make it right, and it's participating in a way that helps this community stay sustainable to the way that it is. It's not what it used to be, but really, let's be serious. Nowhere is. It's not what it was 40 years ago. It's grown. But that small town vibe, that awesome Central Oregon feel, that outdoor playground lifestyle, it's here. You need to know, and come on and join me. I'm going to play. You coming with me? Let's go. Until the next time. Theron Heinlein with the Lifestyle and Band, my partner Joshua Grossman. You see all the info on the screen. Hit us up. And if you're still here, subscribe. Tap that bell for notifications. Let us keep you up to date. Cheers until the next time. Let's go Central Oregon!